After a storm, the world feels new. The air is crisp, carrying the scent of petrichor, that earthy aroma released from the ground after the rain. It's as if the world has been reborn, cleansed by the downpour, washed, quiet, and full of promise. The sunlight, filtering through the dissipating clouds, paints the landscape in hues of gold and hope. It's a gentle reminder that even after the darkest nights, light always returns. The air is fresh, the earth glistens, every leaf adorned with sparkling droplets, catching the light like tiny diamonds. The world seems to hold its breath, savoring the tranquility. And every puddle reflects hope. Each small pool becomes a mirror, reflecting the vastness of the sky and the promise of brighter days. It's a simple yet profound reminder of the beauty that can be found even in the aftermath of adversity. Even the fiercest storms end, their fury eventually giving way to calm. The clouds begin to part, revealing patches of blue, a sign that the worst is over, leaving behind a calm that whispers of new beginnings. The forest, once tossed and turned by the wind, now stands still, its leaves rustling softly in the gentle breeze, carrying a message of resilience and renewal. Life, too, is a cycle of chaos and calm. Just like the seasons, we experience periods of turbulence and tranquility, each shaping us in its own way. We all face storms, moments of intense difficulty and challenge that test our strength and resolve. Grief, fear, uncertainty, emotions that can feel overwhelming, like a relentless downpour, that seem endless. These periods can feel like they stretch on forever, obscuring our vision and clouding our judgment. But after every deluge, there's a promise, a glimmer of hope that emerges from the darkness, like a rainbow arching across the sky. God specializes in turning endings into beginnings. He takes what seems broken and irreparable and transforms it into something beautiful and new. Think of Noah, confined in the ark, tossed about on raging waters, surrounded by chaos and uncertainty, unsure if the sun would ever shine again. He couldn't see the future, couldn't know when the floodwaters would recede. Yet, even in that isolation, in the midst of the storm, Noah held on to faith, trusting in God's promise. Hope was preserved. The seeds of a new beginning were sown, waiting for the right time to sprout and flourish. Noah's story is our story, a testament to the enduring power of hope and the unwavering faithfulness of God. A reminder that God is with us in the storm, providing shelter and strength when we need it most. He anchors us, guides us, and leads us to solid ground, providing a firm foundation upon which we can rebuild our lives. The storm you're in doesn't have the final word. It may be raging now, but it will eventually pass. A new day is coming, bringing with it fresh opportunities and renewed hope. And you will breathe in the air of a new beginning, feeling the weight of the storm lift from your shoulders and embracing the promise of what's to come. Genesis 8 opens with hope, but God remembered Noah. Those words change everything. After chaos and waiting, God acted. He never forgot. To be remembered by God is to be held in His unfailing love. His remembering is covenant faithfulness. He turns His power toward your situation. When you feel lost, remember, God sees you, hears you, and is poised to deliver. For Noah, God sent a wind to push back the waters. What wind is God preparing for you? Maybe a kind word, a new opportunity, or a shift in perspective. Our hope isn't in our ability to navigate storms, but in God's faithfulness. Noah survived by trusting and waiting in the vessel God provided. Your role is the same. Remain in His presence. Trust His timing. He remembered Noah. He remembers you. The wind of change is coming. The wind God sent was more than air, it was hope after silence. For 150 days the waters prevailed, but then God spoke with a breeze. The sources of the flood were shut down, healing began. When pain feels endless, God can close the windows of trouble. He sets boundaries for the floodwaters and commands them to recede. The waters didn't vanish instantly. Deliverance was gradual. Noah waited, trusting that the gentle wind was the beginning of the end. Our deliverance often comes in small steps, a little less anxiety, a small breakthrough, a moment of peace. Celebrate these signs. They're proof of God's faithfulness. Each step forward is a testament to His power to bring order from chaos. Don't despise small beginnings. The God who commanded the waters to recede is working in your life, making a way to solid ground. After months of waiting, the relentless rain had finally ceased. The ark, their floating sanctuary, had come to rest upon the mountains of Ararat. But the world outside remained a mystery, a landscape shrouded in uncertainty. Noah, with a heart full of anticipation and a spirit tempered by patience, took a step of faith, a courageous act born from unwavering trust. He carefully opened the window of the ark, a small portal to a world unseen for so long. It was a moment pregnant with possibility, a chance to glimpse the future that awaited him and his family. It was an act of hope, a beacon in the lingering darkness, a testament to his belief in God's enduring promise. He was searching for evidence of God's promise, a tangible sign that the flood waters had receded and that the earth was once again habitable. He yearned for reassurance that life could begin anew. First, he sent out a raven, a dark silhouette against the pale sky. This raven became a symbol of persistent hope, a creature capable of enduring even in the harshest conditions. It represented survival in a world not yet ready, a world still scarred by the devastation of the flood. The raven flew to and fro searching for sustenance, a sign of life amidst the desolation. But Noah wanted more than mere survival. His heart ached for something more profound. He longed for new life, for the promise of renewal and restoration to take root in the ravaged earth. So he sent out a dove, a symbol of peace and reconciliation. The dove embodied the hope for tranquility, for the end of the storm and the beginning of a new era. The first time, the dove returned, a weary traveler seeking refuge. There was no resting place yet, no safe haven for her to land. The earth remained submerged, unwelcoming. Noah received this answer with patience, understanding that God's timing was perfect, even when it was difficult to comprehend. He was protecting the hope the dove represented, nurturing the fragile belief that peace would eventually return. He waited, trusting in God's plan, even when the evidence was not yet visible. Then, with renewed hope, he sent the dove again. This time she returned with an olive leaf, a vibrant green sprig clutched delicately in her beak. It was a sign of life and new beginnings, a promise whispered on the wind. That small leaf was everything, a symbol of resilience, a testament to God's faithfulness. It was proof that restoration had begun, that the earth was healing, and that life would once again flourish. God wasn't just ending judgment, he was ushering in a new era of grace and mercy. He was cultivating new creation, breathing life back into a world that had been lost. The olive leaf was a sermon of hope, a visual reminder of God's unwavering love and commitment to his creation. Life would flourish again, bursting forth with vibrant color and abundant growth. Peace would flourish again, blanketing the earth with tranquility and serenity. Everyone has an ark, a place of confinement during life's storms. It may feel isolating, but the ark is also God's protection. What feels like a prison may be preserving you for something greater. Noah's faith was forged in waiting. He trusted the builder, not the circumstances. Your faith grows in the waiting room too. This season isn't wasted. It's preparing you for what's next. When the time is right, God will call you out. The storm has an expiration date. A new chapter is coming. Trust God and wait with hope for his command to go forth. How do we hold on when the water is high? First, remember God's faithfulness. Immerse yourself in his promises. He will never leave you. Open your window. Look for signs of hope, even small ones. Gratitude shifts your focus from the storm to God's faithfulness. Learn the rhythm of sending out the dove. Pray persistently even when the answer is not yet. Protect your hope and keep sending it out. Patient, persistent prayer is a powerful act of faith. Rest in the ark of his presence. Our safety is in him, not our circumstances. Trust him in the rocking and darkness. Surrender your need to understand everything. Let go of your timeline. Believe you are held securely by a loving Father guiding you to a new shore. After the long, arduous journey through the floodwaters, a journey filled with uncertainty and fear, when Noah finally stepped onto dry land, his first act was worship. He built an altar. It wasn't a grand monument, but a simple, heartfelt expression of thanks. He understood that their survival was not due to their own strength, but to the grace and mercy of God. Gratitude, a pure and unselfish emotion, moved God's heart, touching him deeply. It was a recognition of his power and a humble acceptance of his provision. And in response to Noah's gratitude, he made a covenant, a sacred promise. Never again would he destroy all life with a flood. This was a promise of hope, a commitment to preserve the beauty and diversity of creation. The storm, though devastating, wasn't the end of the story but the beginning of an unbreakable promise, a testament to God's enduring love and faithfulness. It was a new chapter, filled with the potential for growth and renewal. God's response to failure, to human fallibility, is grace. An undeserved gift, a promise that life's rhythms, the natural cycles of growth and decay will continue, offering new opportunities for flourishing. Your winter, the difficult seasons of your life, will inevitably give way to spring, a time of rebirth and renewal. Darkness, no matter how profound, will break with dawn, bringing new light and hope. Noah's story is not just a tale of survival, but a powerful testament to God's power to make all things new, to transform even the most desolate landscapes into vibrant expressions of life. This pattern of redemption and renewal is ultimately fulfilled in Jesus, who brings a new covenant of grace, a promise of forgiveness and eternal life. Your storms, the challenges and trials you face, are not intended for your destruction, but are meant for renewal, not destruction, but for the refining and strengthening of your spirit. Don't give up. Hold on to hope. God is actively working toward your restoration, piecing together the broken fragments of your life and creating something beautiful and whole. Remember Noah, his unwavering faith, and the God who remembered him, who never abandoned him in his darkest hour. He sees you. He knows your struggles, sends winds of change to clear away the debris of the past, and doves with hope, carrying messages of peace and reconciliation. The storm will end, the clouds will dissipate. You'll stand on solid ground, stronger and more resilient than before. Look up, lift your eyes to the heavens. The rainbow is God's promise, a symbol of his unwavering commitment. You will get through this. You are not alone, and you are deeply loved.